Hello, this is Derek from Trade Technicals Blog Spot. Today is the 6th of August, 2009. I hope everyone's doing magnificent. This video is called The Great Recovery. Yes, we got this great recovery happening because this is what happened, guys. I watched CNBC yesterday, no word of a lie, and Kneale came on saying that there's going to be a great recovery happening. Now, here's the best part. He was talking about home sales because for 5 months in a row, they've been going higher. I mean, the stock market's up 50% from its bottom. And all of these earnings and government analysis are so much better than expected. We got a recovery. Reality check, reality check, reality check. Okay. Alrighty, okay. Here's the thing. Home sales up for 5 months in a row when A, they're up in the spring and summer over the winter and fall. There's a surprise. B, these are government numbers. I mean, look at the unemployment rate, look at their inflation numbers. Yeah. C, they've only retraced about 25-30% tops maybe. And yet that's a good reason. Stock market's up 50%. Yet that's not the reason why the economy is collapsing. It is the dollar in which the problems come from. It's the dollar, not the freaking stock market. It's the dollar. And when the shit hits the fan and the dollar collapses, what's your excuse gonna be? I mean, serious. I mean, come on. You're gonna have to make up another story. But hey, you guys, the mainstream media, have done a very good job in making stories. It is, however, unfortunate, though, to see so many people who are trusting what the media has been saying. I mean, 9.6 or whatever percent unemployment. Try 16 to 22. Yet, unfortunately, they gotta manipulate the numbers so they sound a little bit better. And I kind of wonder about the same thing about the pending home sales. But even then, you know, I mean, who am I going to trust? The likes of Jim Cramer, Kudlow, heck, pretty much any CNBC analyst. CNN, Bloomberg, Reuters, Associated Press. Or am I going to trust the likes of Gerald Celente, Ron Paul, Peter Schiff, Jim Rogers, Mark Faber, then YouTube users like Vision Victory, Demcad, Man of Truth, so on, so on, so on. I mean, which would be better to trust? Well, quite frankly, I'm trusting that latter group more than that first group. And you really got three choices. Either trust that first group with the mainstream media. You either trust the group, the alternate group, if you will. Or the third selection is take a look at what both say, take them all with a grain of salt, and then figure out what's the best. I highly recommend number 3 because that's what I did. But man, it's just getting under my skin every single time they come out with all of these bogus reports. And the question is next, who are you gonna blame when the shit hits the frickin' fan? I mean, you're getting as many people into stocks, into the dollar, into bonds. Man, it's into cash. That's like the worst investment you can be in right now. But they gotta prop up the dollar because of their agenda. Now, I was watching a video yesterday by VENTURA, and it was made about a year ago, about a year plus 2 days ago. And he was saying something that was extremely, extremely interesting, and that was that these people behind the scenes, the powers that be, if you will, that you might see these guys conflicting with each other, but in reality, it is like professional wrestling. They got an agenda, they got a storyline, but when they're working behind the scenes, when the cameras are off, well, quite frankly, they're gonna get their story in gear. And what's your story gonna be for when this happens? I mean, seriously. I mean, on the, not the Kudlow, but on Kneale's video yesterday, and the link's in the more info, apparently it looks like they might want to put the blame on President Barack Obama. Now that's early possibilities from what I see, but it's still possible. To me, the story of some sort of blame for it, for why the recovery didn't happen, is inevitable. But what the story is can be almost anything. Now he was saying, Dennis Kneale that is, was saying that it looks like Obama's going to end this great recovery because he is killing capitalism. So if that's what it's going to be, then I guess that's what it's going to be. But I'm waiting for whatever story you got, because, man, you guys are writing fiction. You guys are totally writing fiction. I mean, jobless recovery, 2/3 consumer economy with the jobless recovery, and that 1/3 that's not consumer economy, that's not the consumer economy, that 1/3, well, what they buy is investments for that other 2/3. So if $2 million goes to, or is sold to the consumers, and $1 million to business, well, the business will take that $1 million to try to make $1.5 million. So you can see it's even more than just that 70%. It could even be 75, 80% when you look at the true macroeconomic issue. But you know what? I mean, I've almost had it with these guys. I've totally almost have it without it. So Jesse Ventura, your book was called Don't Start the Revolution Without Me. I hope you are ready. I hope, and I think you are. Peace and light, everyone. Good luck.